Hello, I'm Whitney. My husband and I regularly attend a Monday night couples group that we started through our church about a year and a half ago. And there are approximately 4 to 8 couples that'll meet. Obviously, not everybody is there every single week. And we start at 6 p.m. and go until about 8:30. We start with some food, which could be snacks or dinner, and then we get into the study or the discussion or topic that we're doing for that night. So we have the role of attendees. The leaders are the Joneses. And then we meet at the Petersons' house, and it's just in their living room. And we've definitely developed relationships through this group because we've been going for so long, and it's a great setting for us to draw near to each other. And what we've done over this time with the studies and topics has definitely allowed for those connections. So when I presented to the group that I would like to do a forgiveness workshop to be the leader of it, they were very excited, very open to it. And so that night that we did this, it was, I believe, the 26th, and we met, and it was very inspiring to go through the forgiveness steps and what that looks like and how they could form it to what or word it to what they wanted so that they felt that it was truly coming from their hearts. And so we started with the leaders, the Joneses, with their example to model how the forgiveness steps work, and then to witness how that affected all the other individuals. And so I used active listening, the eyes contact, observing, taking in everything, and gauging how people were receiving it to be able to identify when we had to kind of slow things down, or to ask certain couples if they wanted to move through it in front of the group. And so it was very interesting to see how the couples, a lot of them, didn't have the best eye contact or the best physical contact in the beginning. Some of them, not all of them. And then you could see the progression through the evening that they drew closer. And we did have almost everybody was completely open to sharing. There was one couple that didn't necessarily want to, and that was totally fine. But you could also see in that couple how they were being affected by everybody else sharing. And it was amazing. And you could see how people were wounded, how they were hurt, how some of the spouses didn't even realize that their spouse was hurt and holding on to certain things. And it was it was an amazing time for not only the couples to grow within their marriage, but it was also an amazing time for us as a group to grow with one another. And definitely identifying how each marriage is affected by unforgiveness. And so the tools that the couples were able to learn and to apply to their marriage that night was incredible. And I encouraged each one of them to take that and move forward. If anything was to happen, that they needed to work through the forgiveness right away or as soon as possible. So I would say as a leader, I did a pretty good job. And I think I could definitely work on gauging the pace a little bit, because I do think there were times that we needed to slow down. I think I should have used rounds a little bit more to ask very specific questions of to couples of, how did that make you feel? Are you experiencing any emotions right now, or what specific emotions are you experiencing right now? I think that could have opened it up a little bit more. So definitely working on that, and knowing how to or when to apply those. I don't think it was necessarily a negative in this aspect, but it's definitely something that I would pay attention to and apply moving forward. And have my notes. And with looking back over our group session, it was very encouraging that all the couples were engaged, that they were able to take something away from it and truly dig into what was going on. Some important takeaways would be, I think having a little bit of a smaller group for couples was great, but in the amount of time that we had, I think either adjusting the group size or the time frame for this would have definitely been beneficial. I would love to do it again with our group if they would allow for it. I did emphasize working on this together throughout the week or months, but definitely working through more things together would benefit them as a whole. And I learned that couples do want to forgive each other, that they want to feel that connectedness, they want a deeper relationship, a deeper understanding of their spouse, and that they don't want their spouse to be hurting in any way. And that unforgiveness can really hinder a relationship. So, moving forward, I would definitely change a few things, but I would most definitely do forgiveness with other couples in the future.